Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today we're going to go over Ships of the Vanduul Horde Part 2. So today we're going to go over a lot of these ships that have been proposed by CIG for the Vanduul fleet. And some of them we won't go over because I don't have pictures for them, like the Tomahawk and Hatchet freighters. There's a few others like the comm ship. So we won't go over those. And I'm just showing you the blade here to kind of give you an idea where we left off last time to where we are headed. The blade is quite a bit smaller than the first ship that I'm going to go over in this series. I will hit these ships very quickly because there's frankly not a lot of information about them. I can speculate on some of the bigger capital ships that we will talk about, but that's all it will be, is speculation, because CIG is holding those close to the belt. So we just don't know very much about quite a few of these ships. So first up that we are going to talk about is the Cleaver boarding ship. It is really cool looking. I think it's designed to slam into the hull of whatever ship it's trying to board, and then it will expand, like create a bigger hole, or use laser cutters to open up the hull, and then the troops will go right out of the ship into the enemy ship. Pretty cool design, very neat and very scary. And up next is the Stinger Heavy Fighter. You saw some of this in previous quick videos. This is going to be a beast on par probably with the F-8C Lightning or even the Vanguard. It's going to be bristling with guns. It's going to be really nasty. Nasty, nasty, nasty. And you'll actually be able to see it come out of the ship here. There's a little spot on the top there that it will just kind of fly out. And like I said, this thing's going to have a lot of guns. It's going to be dirty. And then you can see the other fighters in comparison and see how big the Stinger is. Then we're going to talk about the Void Bomber. This is like the Retaliator of the UEE, only it's, of course, for the Vanduul. It's very big, though. It's over 100 meters long, so it's going to be pretty nasty. Then we have the Harvester, which is a ground vehicle designed to take up all sorts of resources of all kinds and convert them to what the Vanduul use. The Hunter Corvette. This is a very large ship, very menacing. It's going to have a lot of guns. It's going to be pretty nasty in itself. Then is the Harvester Carrier, which carries those harvesters around and unloads them. It is a pretty massive ship. It's bigger than a Corvette, not quite as big as an escort carrier, but it is really, really big. We're talking probably Idris size, maybe even bigger than that. And this is some of the scenery from one of the Vanduul carriers, or one of their larger ships. You can kind of see the material that is the theme throughout all of these ships. So it's very much a lot of metal, but it goes together in a more organic way. That's the best way I can put it. You have all these cross panels and platings. This little video is something CIG released to kind of let you know how big things are. And I hate to say it, but things have changed since this video came out. So you have the human male at 1 meter tall. Then you have a dragonfly, which is, several meters long. Then the Gladius, which is 20 meters long. Then you have an Idris that's now it's about 240 meters long. Then the Bengal Carrier, which I believe is longer than 922 meters. I think it's closer to 1,000, but we'll go off of that. 1,700 meters for the Driller, and then the Kingship at over 2,000 meters, like 2,800 meters, 2,400 meters, something like that. Rumors have it that it's even bigger than that now. So you can see the Driller at 1,700 meters. I mean, it's almost 2 kilometers long. It is a massive, massive ship, and this is only an escort carrier. It's not even the big one. So you can imagine how fearsome this thing will be to see in the verse. And CIG actually released a video showing it off, as you'll see here. I don't have the sound on for this video. I wanted to kind of comment on it, but you can check this video out on YouTube. They have it on the CIG channel, the Star Citizen channel. It has some pretty interesting sound as this thing flies over. Definitely kind of alien, but you can definitely tell it's a ship passing by. This thing's not going to be super fast. It'll be faster than a Kingship. So the UEE has kind of an equivalent. Obviously it's not going to be as big as this thing, but it's called the Pegasus. And maybe I will rehash and go over some of those other UEE ships that I never touched on, that we don't really have a lot of information on. Like these ships, they just haven't released a lot of that information. Escort carriers are carriers, but they're much smaller than a full-blown carrier. They can still carry around, you know, like a squadron of fighters or ships, whereas a regular sized carrier is going to have at least 3 squadrons usually on it, maybe more. Very interesting design. It definitely looks alien. I think this thing's going to have so many guns on it, it's just going to be rather nasty to try to get up close to it. So you're going to want to take it on with some long-range torpedoes. Not sure how it stays afloat. Because look at it. I mean, this thing's flying in atmosphere. It's big. And then we have the granddaddy of them all, the 2,800 meter Kingship. I've heard it could be up to over 3,000 meters at this point. We just don't know. They've only released little teasers of it on it. As you can see, all the little ships that are flying in and around it. These are some of the gray box from, I think this is from 2015 here. So it's most likely changed quite a bit since then as far as size and look. You'll actually get to see a little video here at the end that shows off some of the Kingship in game. If you see this ship and you don't have a massive fleet to take it on, run. That's all I can say is run. This thing is going to be extremely fearsome. Look at the big guns on top of it. Yeah, this thing is going to do major, major, major damage. Even if you have a javelin, you are going to take some massive damage fighting this thing. You better hope that you can stay out of range, and you better hope you have plenty of fighter support or anti-air to take on all of the fighters this thing's going to drop at you. I imagine the guns reach as long as some of the torpedoes that you will be able to fire at it. So you're not going to be safe if you see one of these things. Maybe you can deploy some stealth ships and board it and kill off the 1,400 Vanduul male crew members. Good luck with that. There is a fleet of Polaris taking on a Kingship in that last picture, and here is a Kingship coming out of the fog with a driller escort next to it. That's just terrifying. But guys, if you like this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon to let you know when I do more of these videos. I do appreciate everybody that has been tuning in to watch them. Here's another look at the proposed fleet of the Vanduul Horde. And guys, I appreciate if you hit that, hit those ad links just to, you know, go to the link. You can close it down after you hit it. If you watch the ads all the way through, it really helps my channel's revenue, and I could definitely use all the help I can get right now, being out of work. I do appreciate it. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you guys out in the verse.